What's going on? Captain Redbeard back on the Division 2. Got a little bit of a rifle build I want to show you. A little bit different take on it, so let's get into it. Alright, so at the top I got the Technician Specialization. I'm using that for the skill tier, and I'm using that so I can use the linked laser pointer. Main weapon I'm using is the M1A CQB replica, and I have flatline on. Damage to target out of cover. Critical hit damage, rifle damage, needs a little bit more optimization. Total damage is 358.5k. And the flatline amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. After 4 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. Backup weapon, I'm using the Kingbreaker. Total damage is 131k. Expertise is 23 on this. I don't have any expertise on the CQB. Assault rifle damage, health damage, damage to target out of cover is all maxed out. And the Kingbreaker has perfect flatline. Amplifies weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. After 3 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. Using this as my backup weapon if I get in a sticky situation, I just switch to the Kingbreaker, clean up a little bit, and move on. And for the mask, I'm using Zadoka. I do have the 2-piece, the gloves, and the mask. I'm using the Ninja Bike. So with the Ninja Bike, I'm getting all 3 of the brand set bonuses, the plus 15% magazine size, the plus 20% rifle damage, and plus 30% weapon handling. Core attribute is armor. The miner's crit damage, crit chance with a crit chance mod. Ninja Bike comes with all 3 core attributes, weapon damage, armor, skill tier. Expertise is 19. The mod's critical hit chance, and the talent's resourceful. Slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill requirements towards unlocking gear set's bonus. It unlocks bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously. And with the gloves. Core attributes, weapon damage. These are the Eagle Grasp. These are the named Zadoka gloves. So you get that 15% weapon handling as well. And I have critical hit damage on these. For the chest piece, I'm using the Overlord Armament. All 3 brand set bonuses with this, plus 10% rifle damage, plus 30% accuracy, and plus 30% weapon handling. Core attributes armor, miner's crit damage, crit chance with a crit chance mod. Need to optimize it a little bit more. And the talent's unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, repair 95% of your armor. Cooldown 60 seconds. Just kind of had this in the stash, and I figured I'd, just try to come up with something I could make with it, Not too bad. Works out pretty good. You'll see in the gameplay. The holster, I am using Picaro's holster. I'm using it for 2 reasons with this build. Core attribute is armor, expertise is 19, the miner's crit chance, and with Picaro's holster you get the 15% weapon damage. So I'm using it for that weapon damage and the skill tier. And for the knee pads, I am using Fox's Prayer, the named Overlord Armament. Fox's Prayer gives you that 8% damage to target out of cover, the core attribute's weapon damage, and the minor is crit chance. I am sitting at 1.5 million armor. We'll check the stats to see exactly where it is. I'm using the Crusader Shield and a Fixer Drone, just to give me a little bit of that armor repair. Let's go over to the stats, check that out. Weapon damage is at 358.5. PvP is 95.5k. Critical hit chance is at 55.7. I can get that a little bit higher if I optimize the chest piece there, as you've seen. Crit damage is 102.4. Headshot damage, we're at 80. Reload speed bonus, 85%. Now you could take the CQB and you could put Boomerang on it, which is, it's also a really good option to have. I used it like that as well. It works out pretty well. I just wanted to try it with the flatline and see how it did. It's not too bad. Boomerang, critical hits have a 50% chance to return the bullet to the magazine. If a bullet is returned to the magazine, the next shot has a 40% increased damage. So you just get all that extra damage with that on there, Let's go to the defensive, and then I'll get into some gameplay and show you guys. So yeah, I'm over 1.5. And we have max health 363. Kind of a fun set to just kind of mess around with. It's pretty good. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm sounding a little bit quiet today, a little bit raspy of a voice. I have a cold, so I'm just trying to take my time with it, be a little bit more quiet. And then I do have, obviously, the EMP grenade. I did a invaded mission. It's good to use. It doesn't really work out for me. If I'm going to jam, I usually like to use the jammer, but I didn't on this one. But that's all up to you, skills and stuff. So, alright, there's the build. It's not too bad. Show you on a target real quick. Now, obviously, with that boomerang, you're going to get increased damage if you kill with that critical hit, but this works out pretty good, too. Not too bad. Alright, let's get into some gameplay.
logs to see if they accessed any sensitive data. But I think we're okay. Good work in there.